This is my mini speech for my commemorative speech, and before the speech I felt really good about it because it was something that I didn't really have to memorize. It's something that just I was able to say, and it was always different when I practiced it, and it was just something that I knew really well just because it's something that I actually did before. It was like an experience that I had, and during the speech I felt really easy about it, and I felt really calm, and my audience reacted well to things, and they laughed, and they actually listened because it was something that was interesting to them, whereas I think a lot of the other speeches weren't as interesting. After my speech, again, I felt really good about it just because of the things I had previously said, and because it was really fun, and it was something that I enjoyed to talk about. It was different before, during and after, just because of the lighthearted environment that it was about. Because it was about keg or kickball, it was just really easy to talk about. And during my issue response speech, I felt a little bit more scared that I was going to say something wrong, just because it was something that I had to rehearse. So I think that was the big difference between those two speeches. One strength that I had during my presentation, I think, was emotion, because again, it was something that I lived, so it was something that I really felt something with, because it was such a fun experience that I was able to hold some type of emotion to it. One particular part of the speech, I think, was like when we talked about icing people and how I told that story. It was just a funny story, and everyone kind of laughed during it, and they even, after the speech, they asked me if it was all true, and like they had questions that they asked, so that was enjoyable to answer. One thing I need to improve on, I think, would be being able to walk around and be more interactive in that way, and getting closer to the audience and like that kind of thing. Because I think I kind of stayed next to my podium most of the time during this speech, which I kind of regret, but it's just something that I'm not very good at right now. One way that I will apply the skills that I've used, I think one big one is the nonverbal communication. I work at Trail Ridge, and a lot of the times in memory care you have to assess how people are doing based on the way they're acting and how they're walking, what they're saying, which is kind of nonverbal because they don't actually know what they're saying most of the time, so you have to interpret it differently than what it actually is. It's a little bit different, but that's something that we have to work on, and it's really important, and I think I learned more about it during this class, and I will use it in my nursing career eventually. I think I would grade myself. I really think I deserve an A this time because, again, it was the best speech, I think, just because it was so fun and easy, and I really liked talking about it because keg or kickball was really that fun, and there is going to be a 4th annual, so it felt really important and real to me.